Hello, and welcome to Money Blocks 201. Now that you know that you have them, and if you don't, then go back to my previous training called How Do I Really Know If I Have Blocks to Money? But once you know that you have them, you may be wondering, how do I release them? And how quickly can I start feeling a difference? Well, believe it or not, you can start shifting at a mind body level in just 5 minutes. So, are you working hard doing all the things to attract clients and make money in your business, but for some reason you just can't seem to get the consistency that you're looking for? You've been working on a strategy for a while, but you don't see the results that everyone promised. Maybe you feel like you should be more successful by now. If that's a you, drop a one in the comments. It's super important to bring attention to the truth of what's going on because if you keep working this hard without the results you want, you'll either burn yourself out or give up on yourself in your dream of why you became an entrepreneur in the first place. Or worse, both could happen. And I can speak from experience. I've totally been there. I know what it feels to work day and night, but at the end of the day, you feel like maybe you have rock star ambition, but you're settling for mediocre amateur results when it comes to money and consistency that you want. And maybe it's starting to take a toll on your confidence. Or maybe you know that you're meant for bigger and better things, but lack of belief or solid confidence is keeping you playing small. If that resonates, drop a two in the comments. Whether you feel frustrated or disappointed, this training is for you. I'm Debbie Mosesian. I'm a success coach, and I work with high achieving women entrepreneurs who feel stuck not getting the results that they want. And I guide them to break through internal resistance so they work less and make more money. I do this by going beyond mindset and getting to the root cause of their patterns, like overworking and people pleasing, and break through their fears and limiting beliefs, like I'm not good enough, that are keeping them stuck and preventing them from having what they truly want in their business and their daily way of life. By using what I teach in the Aligned Success Blueprint, clearing my own blocks, I was able to focus on what I want, not just what I think I should do, which means much more joy in my life. My confidence skyrocketed and I raised my prices to something that felt really good for me and my clients. And I completely transitioned my business from one that was heavy and lacking connection to doing what I actually love. And I've been able to help my clients go from working harder and less effectively to putting themselves out there and making higher offers, making more sales, and feeling more confident and certain what they're doing while bringing more ease and joy into their daily lives. So in the last training, we established that almost everyone has blocks to money, or at least they had them and they did the deep inner work to clear them. And now it's important to discuss why they're there. And at the end of this training, I'm going to tell you about a quick way that you can start releasing them in only 5 minutes. I'm also going to tell you why just shifting thoughts isn't enough to create long-lasting changes in emotions, behaviors, or results. First of all, being an entrepreneur is tough. And we all feel like we should be more successful than we are. But the truth is, we were never taught how to truly believe in ourselves. And many of us have spent our entire life doing what we think we should do instead of what we want to do. So this can lead to conflicting thoughts and feelings. We may really want something, but our results don't reflect it. And so then we have even more negative thoughts and feelings about it. So I'll give you an example. I was raised to go to school, get good grades, fit into the typical right way to live with stable career, saving a certain amount of money, and on and on. So when I decided that I didn't want to stay in my career for the rest of my life, what I wanted didn't match my results. So at first, I used that as motivation for change. But then when I didn't see success come easily, like I did in my career when I started my business, when I didn't make the money the way I did as an employee, I started to have negative thoughts and feelings about myself. And actually, the initial thoughts and feelings started with the way that I was raised, something that's called my earliest money paradigm. Then, as I tried to break away from my paradigm and things didn't work out well, I reinforced the paradigm. In my case, it was I need to work as an employee to have stability, to have what I defined as success early on. This led to fear of doing anything outside of this paradigm. So the point is, all of this is happening at a mind-body level. What this means is that a thought creates a reaction in the body, which we feel as a physical sensation and emotion. These lead to beliefs over time. So if you're feeling frustrated or disappointed or have fear or lack of confidence, you have mind-body connections to everything related to your success, money, and whatever triggers that frustration, that disappointment, or that fear. And all of this leads to your actions and the way you show up, otherwise known as your energy. So let me know in the comments if this is new to you or if you're familiar with the mind-body connection and how it all works. So imagine if you had a big goal and it triggered confidence and a deep knowing or a belief in yourself and motivation. It would be kind of easy to set your goal and then take lots of action towards it. And that would include telling everyone you know about your goal and what you're up to. Versus if you thought about setting a goal and it triggered fear of failure or not being good enough yet, or disappointment from previous attempts or frustration that it was taking so long, how do you think you'd show up in this scenario? The most important thing to realize here is that all of this is happening automatically without you even realizing it, to the tune of 90 to 95% of the daily actions that you take and decisions you make or don't make. This is exactly what's keeping you stuck. And most entrepreneurs will ignore these because they were taught to focus on strategy, creating a funnel, or just shifting your thoughts to be more positive, which is exactly the kind of thing we do when we're meditating or reciting positive affirmations. Well, all of this is going on under the surface. So think of your results as the tip of the iceberg, and all of your automatic thoughts and emotions are under the surface, making up the majority of what's actually there. So ready for the best part? The best part of all of this is that I can help you release the tight mind-body connections keeping you stuck. And it doesn't have to take forever to start noticing a difference. It'll start with how you feel. You'll start to feel lighter, more optimistic, more curious, more in possibility than doubt and fear. So I'm going to take you through it really quickly and then share a way that we can go a bit deeper with all of this. So the way that I help my clients is by incorporating a clinically proven mind-body tool or technique called tapping. So what tapping does is it literally turns off the fight, flight, or freeze response, otherwise known as the stress response, that happens when you have a negative thought. Remember, this happens automatically, but what we're going to do is bring up all the automatic thoughts that you'd rather not think about and allow them to be heard and honored so that we can release them. And if we do this while tapping, then we can release them from the body as well. Now, I don't have time to go into all the details of how this works right now in this quick training, but drop a more in the comments if you'd like to have another training on more of the like, how does this work side of things? Because if you're like me, you want to know all the details of how it works. But okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to write down all of the thoughts that you're having about your money and your results. So I would say get a piece of paper out and at the top write money and results and write down what it is that you want when it comes to money and results. And then write down all of the thoughts you're having about it. Then write down how it makes you feel, all of the feelings, sensations, emotions. Then allow yourself to tune into your body. And when you're feeling a physical response in your body and you feel some intensity of emotions, then I want you to rate that on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being most intense, 1 being like you feel nothing. Then you just tap and you say the words and phrases over and over until you no longer feel a physical sensation or strong emotion when you say them. The goal is to keep going until they feel neutral. Then it's fun to end the tapping with saying things that you like instead, what you're open to experiencing and feeling and thinking or having. Then take a deep breath and re-rate your intensity. So I will show you very quickly, and it might be hard to see because I'm just the small part of the video here. But I'm going to tell you how you can learn to do this in more depth in a minute. So to show you very quickly, the spots that I use just for simplicity are on the top of the head, and you just use your fingertips. This is tapping. Here on the eyebrow, on the bone there at the end of the eyebrow, here on the outside of the eyes on the bone, under the eyes, under the nose, under the lips, and then under the clavicles. And you just tap and you say words and phrases and you just go through over and over. And again, once you get through that, then you want to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10 once you're done and see the movement. If it still rates very high, do it again. Okay? So the reason why I say you can do this in 5 minutes is because the hormone cortisol, which is our stress hormone, actually starts to come down within 5 minutes. It actually takes 10 minutes to get the adrenaline. So if you're very charged up, you might want to do it for longer. But you literally can just go through this process for 5 minutes and you can literally feel a difference. So if this resonated and you'd like to explore this on a deeper level, then I would love to tell you what that could look like. So depending on when you watch this video, I may have a couple different options to help you get unstuck. So please start with taking this quick 2-minute quiz to see what's actually blocking you from the success that you want. So there's 4 main areas where most entrepreneurs have some amount of resistance, otherwise known as a block. So if you're tired of working too hard for too little reward, take this quick 2-minute quiz to discover which of the 4 specific mind-body blocks you must release first to see the biggest breakthrough in your business. So there is the website for the quiz. And if you would like to learn more about this process called tapping and how I use it with my coaching, then I would love to tell you more about it. Just send me a direct message or drop a message below this video and I will reach out to you and we'll set something up. So until then, thank you so much. I'm cheering your success. Bye.